Planning should be the shortest part to getting to your goal. Hi, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Asia, and you are all probably new here because I just started my channel. We're uploading on it last week. If you hadn't caught my first video, Clean With Me Closet Edition, please check that out. I want to come on here today and just do a little chit chat while I get ready, playing around in my makeup and talking to you about how to accomplish your goals. I've wanted to start a YouTube channel, I know, for years, and I can think back as far as 2015 when I first started getting into YouTube. And so what's that, about 6 years ago? And I've always dibble-dabble, played around a little bit, not on YouTube, but maybe uploading on my Instagram videos, or play recording things in my phone, like when I start, I'm gonna do this. But I've never actually took action to work on those goals. And I always had small thoughts in my head that kind of stopped me. And so today, a little bit about what we can do to make movement on those goals. And so if you're interested in that, stay tuned. All right, so I'm gonna start with priming. This will not be a makeup focused video, so if I don't name everything, I'll try to link it down below. But this is makeup I've had for forever. So it took me a while to actually take action on my goals, like I was saying in the beginning, as far as defining them and what I wanted to do and what they would look like. And then the biggest thing is, because some of my goals not only involve me, but it involved me interacting with other people. So these are a list of goals. Hopefully they pop up that I have. So start a YouTube channel, make reels and content, speak Spanish. First thing I would say would be to define your goal. Learn what it takes to accomplish them. Look for people who's already doing your goal, doing stuff that you want to do. There are people out there, and I don't mean look at them to compare what they're doing, but just kind of to see what their steps are that they took. Because nothing just happened. I think a lot of us want the success overnight, just want to wake up and able to run 30 miles, want to wake up and have that degree, or want to wake up and have all the things that we want without the action. And that's not really how it works. And I will say this is where a lot of people get stuck at: the plan. Planning should be the shortest part to getting to your goal. I know people not going to agree with that. You should come up with an outline, a plan, but you have to take action. If you have every plan and knowledge in the world and you take no action, what good did the plan have you? So most people don't take action because they're scared of the mistakes. Where you gonna learn from the mistakes? Can you think of a mistake that you have made in the past that once you made it, you were able to identify when you were on your path to that mistake? You remember the lesson you learned from that mistake. It sticks with you. You are very unlikely to continue to make the same mistake again. Now, I ain't gonna say that's true for dating and personal, because sometimes we make that same mistake a couple times because we want what we want when we want it. But generally in other areas, once you make a mistake, you're less likely to continue to make that same mistake because you know now. So do a brain dump. Get you a piece of paper, write down all of the goals that you have, things that you're interested in, things that you want to do. This look crazy. It's gonna work out. And write it down. What is stuff that you do mostly in your free time? Things that you like, things that could be profitable, if that's kind of what your goal is to make more money. It don't have to be some kind of altruistic goal or a goal that's just personal. It could be to make money or start a business. Now, I will say, if your goal is to start a business, you may do want to spend more time in the planning and looking up phase, because it's legal stuff to go with that and forms and all of that stuff. I've never personally wanted to start a business or be an entrepreneur. I've always kind of wanted to have more of a brand. and partner with other people on their ideas and their dreams. Everybody isn't an entrepreneur, and that's okay. And so while you looking stuff up, you may not just be looking. So one of my goals is to speak Spanish. So I don't just look up speaking videos on Spanish. I will look up best podcasts for learning Spanish, how to learn Spanish when you're not submersed in that culture or in that place. Like I live in Tennessee. I'm not around a whole lot of people that speak Spanish. So how can I submerge myself in the Spanish language when not actually going to a country or place where Spanish is the predominant language? Look up books to read, grammar books, how other people learn Spanish. Somebody has learned Spanish before me, and I can take their knowledge instead of doing my own trial and error. And then I can invest. So that's another thing. Sometimes when you doing new things, you have to invest in buying other stuff. So I have to buy those grammar books, and I have to I bought a subscription to Duolingo, and for a brief while I had a subscription of Apple. So sometimes it will require some form of financial investment, but not all the time. I probably could have went to the library and checked out some books, or looked on Google and printed out some worksheets. I'm sure of it, but I just didn't. I had the money to go out and buy the thing, so that's what I did. But if I didn't, I have another friend who is learning Spanish, and she uses all the free tools and resources for like grammar before she goes out and buy. And what she spends her money on is like online tutors. And so we have different ways. And that's another thing. Learn the different ways it is to learn the goal or the thing that you want to do. So I don't truly enjoy doing tutoring, but I can read something and pick it up. You show me, I can see an example of something written and I can do it. And she is more of an audio learner. So she does very well interacting with people, hearing things said, and she's able to retain it that way. So that's one thing you can do. Brain dump what the ideas are, define them, kind of try to make a plan, look up things or the steps it takes to work that plan. This is the biggest part, the most important part. I don't care what anybody say. You have to take action. You have to actually have some movement. And so that would look like doing something that's going to move you closer to that goal. Is actually moving you closer. It's a step on the plan. You've completed one of the steps that you wrote on the plan that you needed to accomplish that goal. Sometimes it takes me a second to get my thoughts together. I'll leave with examples, and then I'm trying to get it all together in the thought where more than just I understand what I am trying to say. And trust the process of that. Because it may not all move in a linear fashion. It may go like this. I first downloaded Rosetta Stone probably in 2013 and then deleted it because it was taking up too much storage space on my Kindle. Just to pick it up back in 2018, 19? I think it was 18. Look at all that time I wasted. I could have been speaking a little bit of Spanish. Un poquito español. I still don't speak it very well, but I'm better at reading it. I could have been a little bit further along had I actually stuck with it and took action and not worried about it. You got to make time. It's a little bit of sacrifice sometimes when you want to do things. So I'm often busy running around, but I love all of the results. So it's not a whole lot for me to complain about because I'm getting done what I said I want to get done. I set those goals. And I think that's the other thing about when you are setting goals and you're taking the steps into action, you have to realize you are the one who set these goals that I'm talking about. They're personal goals for you. You feel a little less like, oh, I have to do something. You get to do all of the things that you want to do, that you're saying would make you happy, or that you're saying that you want to do. It's nobody else who set these that I'm talking about. You set these. So you are the master of these goals and the things that you do to reach them. Oh, you'll face some roadblocks along the way of trying to accomplish these goals. We all human. We will face some stuff like, oh, why am I doing this? We will get in our own head. We will talk ourselves out of some stuff. Some stuff that we know we want. We've been wanting it for years. Oh, why am I doing this? I really don't want to do this. I mean, does it really make my life any better to speak Spanish and I live in Tennessee and I barely got anybody to speak it to? Yeah, because I said I wanted to do it. And I may not always be in Tennessee. I may be somewhere else. I may travel. I may meet somebody along the way that speaks Spanish. I don't know what all my life holds for me. So I can't let, oh, is it working for me right now, be the determining factor, because it's for future use. It puts it in your toolbox that for the future when you want to do something, you know you can do it. You know you have the grit, the determination, the planning, the skill to do it because you've done it before. And it makes you that much more likely to be able to finish something new that you undertake in the future.
Because life is long, life is short, but life is long. And
that you get it. If you a little bit younger and watching it, you may not get it because right now life is fun. But if you're a little older, life is short, but you also know that life is long. So like I was saying, you'll face roadblocks, false starts where you start to do it and then you stop, talk yourself out of it. Maybe life gets in the way. Maybe something really tangible and reasonable reason to stop happen. But don't let that keep you down if this thought keeps coming to you. Oh, I should be a party planner. Oh, I would love to have my own business. Oh, I would love to cater. Oh, I would love to do hair and makeup. Oh, I would love to backpack across Europe. Oh, I would love to travel the world. Don't let false starts or actually legitimate excuses. Some excuses to stop or start over are legitimate. Don't let those stop you. You have to keep taking action and moving forward. Fear. You're going to always feel fear. I feel fear sitting here right now. The things I'm thinking are, oh, my Memphis accent. I cut all of my words off. Oh, my goodness. I'm probably using slang. My pronunciation. See that? My pronunciation. Those are all things that I can work on or will get better. So I don't let that stop me. And sometimes you have to pivot. Now, this is my thing. I need to wipe this mirror off 1 second. If you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking down at this mirror. I pride myself on being able to pivot. And what I mean is, sometimes I'll have a plan. I'm working the plan ain't working. So I'll look at what's causing it not to work. Instead of keep working that same dead horse and beating it, I'll look at it to see another way. Maybe I need to leave the horse alone and go get the camera. So just being able to pivot. Don't be afraid to change the method or what you're going to do to get to the goal. So on days where I can't run the whole schedule 12 miles, my partner suggested, well, even if we only run 8, we still finish the distance. We got to walk the last 4. So I pivoted. I didn't just stop at 8 because I couldn't run all the rest of them, or I got into my own head, or I didn't feel right, or I didn't sleep right, or I didn't stretch enough. Whatever the reason was that I wasn't able to whatever the reason was that I wasn't able to finish the whole run at the same pace, I still finished the distance, you know. So you have to be able to pivot. Another part of fear, okay, fear has 2 parts. Fear of what other people thinking and fear that you're going to make a mistake. Normalize mistakes. As I said earlier, you grow from them. They help you know where you need to be. And they let you see where your weaknesses are. Mistakes are sometimes for your benefit because you can write that down. If you can learn from, if you can identify what caused the mistake, where the mistake was, and how in the future you can better avoid that mistake or correct it, it benefited you. Now, I do hope the mistake isn't so detrimental that something terrible happens. But in the scheme of things, if you make a mistake, it just makes you in a better place in the future not to make that same mistake. And also, you can see somebody else making that mistake and you're able to say, I did that before and that didn't work out really well. You got to keep making movement and taking action. And so my big thing is always action. And for the longest time, I've always said, oh, I wanted to run. And when I would see people running, like when I was driving, going somewhere, I would see people running. And I would be like, oh, look at them. They look great. I always wanted to beat the horn, but I never wanted to think that I was weird. I'm going to look over to the side mirror so I can do these eyebrows. I never wanted to, you know, make anybody feel uncomfortable beating, but I was always so impressed. I just use this mirror. I was always just so impressed by that. And now to know that I'm out there and I'm doing it, I feel very proud of myself. I'm stronger than I thought I was. So, a couple of resources. That's another thing that I use just kind of on my way to being where I wanted to be was YouTube. I like to listen to Mel Robbins. She's on YouTube, Mel Robbins. 30-day mindset reset. And she kind of go through like different things that you will encounter on the way to accomplishing or doing something that you want to do. And so the videos aren't terribly long. I would listen to them while I got ready for work in the morning. And when she would talk, I would find myself, it's just blush. When she would talk, I would find myself like, oh, yeah, I do that. I do feel like that. And then to hear her story about how, you know, she was living a life that she wasn't terribly proud of, in that she didn't feel like she was a good person, all these negative self-beliefs, and how she kind of got away from that into living into her best self and doing things for her. And by that way, she bettered her family and her environment that was around her. So I really enjoyed that. I listened to a lot of TED Talks. One specific TED Talk, it was an older black gentleman talking about working out. So I had already started, I'm jumping, but I had already started working out fairly consistent. First, I started counting calories. This was back in like the end of 2018, right before, I started before the new year, but it was like at the end of December. I started counting calories. And then right around February, so I just did that for January, and then in February I started incorporating working out. And so I saw this TED Talk because I'm listening to Mel Robbins, I'm listening to TED Talk, I'm doing all the self-help stuff, Zig Ziglar, Les Brown, all the older motivational speakers that, and I listened to this older gentleman. If I can find his video, I'll link it. I'll put it down in the description box. But this older gentleman, he was like, is it not way easier to work out every day than to try to pick the days of the week? So if you said like, oh, I'm going to work out 2 days a week, and then Sunday you didn't work out, Monday you didn't work out, Wednesday come, it's like, oh, I may work out. So you work out, and then all of a sudden you look up, Sunday came again. You didn't have a good plan. And so he was like, so how easy would it be to incorporate exercise every day? And I don't mean like going to a class or something like that. Just walking, just doing a yoga video before bed. 15 minutes, 20 minutes every day. And eventually you will build it up. Then it'll be more. And it's not like you have to think about, oh, on Tuesday, on Thursday. It's not a dread. Because if you're doing it every day, it's just a part of it. So I work out every day. Whether that's on the, my lips look a little crazy. So I work out every day, whether that's like on a treadmill, or if I'm practicing for my run, Pilates, sometimes yoga, strength training workouts. That's better. Looking up tools and resources that kind of speaks to you, and you can do it while you're doing something else, you know. And so I'm naming all of my different goals or things I did in the hopes that you can see how you can incorporate some of these same strategies or ways to take action or things that'll motivate you to take action. This look crazy because I usually put this on a different way, but because I'm filming, I'm trying to do it freehand, and I usually don't do it this way. So it's taking me a little minute, so let me just speak through this. Then another reason I say listen to podcasts or people who are kind of familiar with your goal while you're looking up planning is that listen to the expert. They've done it. They've done the work so that you're not running around trying to figure out exactly where to start. A lot of time, if you find a really good resource, like on YouTube or a book, or you talk to somebody who's done it, they've done the work. They've made a lot of those big mistakes for you, and you're able to just swoop in and get those gains that they've made, to utilize that wisdom that they had. I was gonna put on lashes, but no. I normally don't really wear a lot of lashes. I really just do mascara. And I feel like this mascara makes my eyelashes look huge. So that's what we'll do. So you can do it. You gotta do it scared. You gotta do it through the fear. You gotta sometimes do it without having everything in place. And some goals you don't need a big drawn out 3.5 plan, especially if it's the ones that's like losing weight. Like a lot of them is losing weight, exercising more, spending time with family, reading a book a month. Some of it you just get out there and you just do it. You just start the movement, and then in the midst of it you feel your way through it. We're gonna finish this up. So I just wanted to say that the biggest thing is don't spend all of your time being scared. You wasting time. You can do it while you're scared. Don't spend all of your time trying to make the perfect plan, because you're going to have to pivot in the plan. And the plan will change as you go. Life changes. You can't plan for everything. So don't get caught up in the planning stage. Look for resources. Videos that talk about what you want to do, people who've done what you wanted to do. Listen to podcasts about it. You can incorporate that easily into your day. You can listen to it on the way to work. You can listen to it while you get ready to go somewhere. You can set aside 15 minutes before bed and listen to it. You can do it. You can find the time in the day. We all find time to do things that we want to do, and it is so true. And once I kind of got that in my head about everything, that I can find time for things that I want to do. If someone that I love said they needed me right now, I'd be like, oh, I immediately got time. You will find time for things that are necessary. So you have to make it something that is necessary for you, something that is like, this is what I want to do, no matter the fear, no matter who I think is going to judge me, who don't agree, who don't understand. So let me style this up. Okay, so if I hadn't rambled enough, you can do it. Start with action. Start. You've been planning long enough. You got the resources. You got a bit of the knowledge to start. Some stuff you'll gain along the way. I want y'all to come on my journey with me here on YouTube as I finally take action on my goal to be a content creator, to show the world what I have to offer. And yes, little old me. Yes, it's all been done, but it hasn't been done by me. And so I'm embracing that. And even if it doesn't work out, if it turns into one of the best hobbies that I have from here and for the next few years, then I accomplished something that I set for myself. I know that I did it. I know that I didn't let the fear stop me. I know that I put in the work, the time, the effort. I attempted to make the connections, and I am hoping all of you all will be here with me as I try to navigate these YouTube content creator waters. And maybe along the way, I'll start pronouncing all of my things better, and I won't have such a southern accent where I drop all of my words. Because if it's anything, there's something that stopped me for the longest time. But thanks. Click, comment, so can y'all tell I'm new? Click, comment, subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Thanks.